Niggas rather be more famous than rich. I ain't never lived my life trying to be famous at all. I don't give a fuck about that shit. We trying to get this motherfucking money, stack these coins.
I love to run the streets with the gang. Don't make me put them sheets on your gang. I love to fuck these freaks with the gang.
Shout out to EJ for this moment.
Yeah. Say my name when I ain't round, I bet them hoes will cherish it. You buying sections, we just buy the building. You can't mirror this, I feel like Stedman. Got a richer bitch, we kiss and make a wish. I feel like stepping, locking with a pit. You gon' regret this shit, I feel like effing. I'ma take your bitch, she on my bucket list. We just do it, sip expensive fluid. This ain't just music, this your warning. Put the pause on me, it's gonna be several viewings. Dumping ash in empty spades bottles, that shit therapeutic. Money rash, flicking through the prezzies like this history class. Green Dow Rolly came from Krypton, I'm Lex Luthor. Oh, you think you Superman? These wolves are three-piece suture. Read about the ways you got fucked like a Kama Sutra. Never stuck inside my ways, cause I know that karma's mutual. Forgot the bitch name, so I just say, hey, beautiful. I lost my mind, I pray to God don't lose you too. Stuck in the jam, that's when you find out who is who. Tracksuit and the runners like 600 a shoe. Playing casino with the trappers out front on the stoop. I'm with the shooters in the body like this O2. I made a call, not a single soul heard of you. Yeah, I love to run the streets with my gang. Don't make me pull them sheets on your gang. I love to fuck these freaks with the gang. Say my name when I ain't round, I bet them hoes will cherish it. You buying sections, we just buy the building. You can't mirror this, I feel like Stedman. Got a richer bitch, we kiss and make a wish. I feel like stepping, locking with a pit. You gon' regret this shit, I feel like repping. Brand new Mac 11 with the cooling kit. Bulldog on my hip, I let it drool like this fucking drip. This designer shit, go wash your hands, don't need no model prints. Patient zero was a tease, I might conquer and capture this. I spin the block on the op before I spin it on the bitch. Trying to eat righteous, but revenge been my favorite dish. They talking on the net, by the knife ending they changed. They pitched the neighbors threw the mattress out. 100 ways to make a flip. Betas ratted on the alphas. Charlie's came and sprayed the whip. Y'all breaking news. I be first class Delta with my favorite bitch. Curtains in the whip. I need privacy. I'm low in clips. Sleeping with my chains on. Feeling like I'm King Kong. Nappy ass locks. I think. Hold on, I was muted. My bad. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you. And I am the best reporting on the Eagles. I see somebody in the comments talking about, oh, he said 4 p.m. Damn, I can't bring the meat and potatoes. Pause early. Golly. I'm on 2 channels right now. I'm on a link up stream. I'm on LB channel. You know what I'm saying? I got to apologize for missing the link up yesterday. That's not like me. You know what I mean? The hours got away from me a little bit. And here they go. You said 4 p.m. It's 3:20. You go watch. I'm bringing the meat and potatoes. The name of the song you just heard was called "Cherish This" off of my second project. God bless who hating. You know what I mean? What up, though, man? Joint practice started today. It's some key things we got to talk about. Link up family. Thank y'all for tapping in. Everybody else, Lord Brunson, regularly scheduled program. Thank y'all for tapping in. And, you know, I got to talk about this joint practice situation, man, because if you want me to be honest, man, I didn't really like some of the things I was hearing versus some of the things that I was seeing. You know what I mean? Let's talk a little bit about Jalen Hurts' day in joint practice. It wasn't like a horrible day by no stretch of the imagination if we keeping it a buck. Training camp, you know what I mean? Day 14 versus the Browns. He was 16 for 24, 2 touchdowns and an interception. They gave him a grade of a C-. So what I'm hearing from Jalen Hurts' day today is that it was some throws he would like to have back. It was a lot of things, you know what I mean? He started slow. I think he threw an interception within his first 6 throws. Just a slow start. I think one of his passes on that one-on-one was intercepted. It was just a slow start. And that was largely in part of the Cleveland Browns defense, you know what I mean, and Myles Garrett and them boys getting after the quarterback and getting pressure. I really wanted to see that. I talked about that yesterday with
with some of the injuries, man. I talked about, you know what I mean, how this team is going to look with some of the injuries that's happening, man. And it's really no surprise that you start off slow on a day when you don't have this guy out there. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that make sense to most people that the offense would start off? So the Philadelphia Eagles are a different team when A.J. Brown don't play. They're a different team when A.J. Brown don't play. A.J. Brown has missed quite a few practices this offseason dealing with the hamstring issue, but A.J. Brown is a pro. A.J. Brown is a professional. We're not going to worry about none of those things, but you kind of expect the offense to look a little different if A.J. Brown is not in the lineup. That's just facts. You know what I mean? That's the one guy that I think that in terms of the aerial attack, the Philadelphia Eagles absolutely fair. They absolutely fairing, man. And you know, with Landon Dickerson being rolled up on and, you know, Myles Garrett coming to town, you knew what this was going to mean for some of the backups. They was going to go out there and have a balanced breakfast. They was going to have a day of being able – they had to come out there and prove themselves today. That's what the day would consist of. They would have a full plate, a full schedule with Myles Garrett being out of the fold. You know, I'm sorry, with Landon Dickerson being out of the fold and Myles Garrett moving all around, finding a mismatch. You know, they was going to run their number. We knew this was going to happen, man. I wanted to see the Eagles against Shedeur, but Shedeur, he went out with like an oblique injury. I don't even think he got any reps or practice. I think he might have just come to, you know what I mean, come to the stadium hurt in a sense. You know what I mean? I think he just showed up hurt. You know what I mean? I think he just showed up hurt and, you know, we didn't really get much out of him. But at the end of the day, I think that we will be able to see Shedeur in preseason. That's where their ratings coming from, man. That's where their ratings coming from. We will be able to see that in preseason. So a lot of reports, man. You know, CB2 for me. Let me find it. CB2 for me. I think I seen Philly Mike put something up about it. But CB2 for me, man, was still an issue. Low key, it's still an issue. We're not gonna. I'm not going to try to, you know, harp on it extremely like, you know what I mean? It's practice, whatever. But, you know, Brandon Lee Gouton reported that Ja'Cory Bennett, he struggled since the pass breakup. He had an early pass breakup against Jerry Jeudy, but he struggled after that, man. He's allowed multiple receptions, one for a touchdown, and he got flagged for pass interference. I mean, they was taking him to the woodshed. You know what I mean? It's his first real practice in the system. You know what I mean? I would have to give him the benefit of the doubt because he has great tape guarding top tier, top echelon guys. So I'm not going to harp on that, bro. I'm not harping on it, man. I'm not harping on none of this practice stuff. I'm not harping on Jalen Hurts supposedly struggling, none of that, man. I'm going to tell you why, man, because my guy won a Super Bowl MVP. I know that season is behind us, but I know what Jalen Hurts will give you.
Joint practices against the Cleveland Browns are in the books.
What's
going on, everybody? Day one of the.
I want to hear what he has to say in totality in regards to the Eagles' day.
What's going on, everybody? Day one of the joint practices against the Cleveland Browns are in the books, and here's the moment you all been waiting for. It was a win for the Eagles. Now, I would not say it was an impressive win. This reminds me of the win over the Carolina Panthers last year, where they got the win and they were the better team for sure. And there were a few moments that made them get that win, but it could have easily been a loss. And it was probably not the best performance they wanted against, let's be honest, inferior competition. So why did they win today? They won today because of the defense. The defense was good, I thought, against a bad Browns offense. They held the first team quarterbacks, which was predominantly Joe Flacco, some Kenny Pickett, but to 13 of 19, no touchdowns, didn't pick them off. But there were a lot of passes that sailed. I thought there were some good pass deflections that happened. So the defense holds the Browns out of the end zone in pretty much all the team drills, which was very impressive and really why they won, because the offense was not why they won. Jalen could have had 3 interceptions. Some people will say he had 2. I thought he only had 1 based off of 1 pass. Probably he's sacked before he throws it. But the bottom line is the offense wasn't what you wanted to see. Going against the Browns defense, that's not great. They had a fair amount of snaps inside the 25. Now, they did have 2 touchdown drives, which is probably why they won the day. So if you wanted to put a score on it, it might have been like 14-0, honestly, where you hoped it would have won by more. The game could have been a blowout for the Eagles, but I didn't think it was their best day. So I think the Eagles win today, but tomorrow they got to be better. They got to come with more energy. I thought the Browns had more energy on today. I thought that the Browns came in wanting to send a message, and the Eagles are so talented that they won, but I thought the Browns were the more competitive team today. So day 2 tomorrow, we'll see if they can do it. The Eagles, Jalen, Nick, 10-2 in joint practices. We'll see if they can get to 11-2 tomorrow.
And to be honest, I'm not mad at that take. I'm not really mad at that take. You know what I mean? It's anytime somebody come out and say you got to be better, you can't really be mad at that. You know what I mean? AJ Jones, thank you for the super chat. He said, "Damn, I'm late. Thought you said 4 p.m. Let me rewind." I did say 4 p.m., but you ain't never late. You ain't never late. These videos, I got 2,600 uploads on YouTube, man. You can always watch them back at any given time. I did say 4. I wanted to get ahead of it, though. I wanted to get ahead of it, man. I didn't want y'all to wait that long. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, there's always room for improvement. I'm not mad at Elliott Shore Parks, who's actually there saying that, hey, the Eagles can be better. I want to see better from the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not mad at stuff like that. I hear Sidney Brown, though. I hear Sidney Brown is making his way to becoming the starting safety next to Reed Blankenship. That's what I'm hearing right now. And that's alarming to me because Makuba was drafted pretty high. And you would think that, you know what I mean, this was Makuba's job to lose. He was drafted really, really high. I'm hearing that Sidney Brown is emerging, man. Is emerging. And I think Sidney Brown has all the potential. You know what I mean? I think Sidney Brown has the skill set. I'm more comfortable with Sidney Brown at safety than I am with Ringo at cornerback too. I keep it a bean. I'm more comfortable with Sidney Brown at safety than I am at Ringo at cornerback too. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Makuba's presence is going to be felt when he gets more reps. I feel like he missed a significant chunk of training camp, but Elliott Shore Parks right here, he says it. Sidney Brown seems to be the favorite right now to be the starting safety. Here's what he says when asked what he learned from watching tape from the preseason game. I'm interested to see how he evaluates himself. I want to hear what he says.
I mean, from the preseason games and stuff. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just a good opportunity to get out there and play. Get a good field scheme. I think we had a great opportunity to go against the Bengals starters, so that was a great plus. And I mean, I just think there's a lot of growth that can come from that, and I mean, I just got to continue to keep going. That's all.
How did you? It's real, and I talked about that. I was so happy that the Bengals played their starters. I was so happy that the Bengals played their starters because last year Keely Ringo went up against a bunch of backups, and I thought Keely Ringo should have started over Isaiah Rodgers. I did. I thought Keely Ringo should have started over Isaiah Rodgers, but I'm not mad if Sidney Brown is your guy. I'm not mad. If Sidney Brown is your guy, I'm not mad at that. I'm cool with that. I can kind of deal with that. So it's all about what we deem as doable or how we feel about, our personnel in the building. I think that ultimately Fangio was going to make the best move. I think that when guys are playing and guys are gelling together, we'll see more things come from that. But I thought this was a cool moment right here out of practice. So when practice ended, the last 2 people on the field were Shedeur Sanders and Jalen Hurts. They had a conversation with each other. They talked. They chopped it up. You know what I mean? And that conversation ended with Jalen Hurts in the signature golf cart, but giving Shedeur Sanders a ride back to the facility. This is how you pay it forward as a leader. And speaking of leaders, a lot of leaders have been talking lately, and a lot of leaders have been quietly saying Jalen Hurts' name without saying Jalen Hurts' name. I think Tom Brady says something that was extremely prolific in terms of in terms of what you expect out of a starting quarterback.
Go and punch the clock. I did my job.
Let's listen to this. First of all, let's understand who he dissing and understand who he praising.
So I just don't think as a quarterback you go and you punch the clock. I did my job. I threw for 40 touchdowns. Why are we not winning?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing in the offseason to help your defense? What are you doing to push the personnel department to get people doing the right thing? Are you involved in game planning? I used to do game plans.
Sure.
I used to walk in there and say, these are the things we're doing. Okay, I used to do my own walkthroughs. I used to go, all right, guys, I don't give a fuck if the coaches want to come. We're doing our walkthrough.
Right.
We're going to come up with our own signals because this is what I need to be on the field to be successful.
Come on, man.
So I just don't think as a quarterback
Let's
you
talk
go and
about
you
it.
punch the clock.
I just don't think as a quarterback.
I threw for
That's
40
what Tom's
touchdowns.
talking
Why are we
about.
not winning?
Yeah.
Tom Brady is talking about quarterbacks basically. He's talking about quarterbacks who have this thing about them to where they are more impressed. They are more obsessed with their stats, their brand. Well, I threw for 40 touchdowns, so I did my part. We need to get better on the other side of things. When Tom Brady is saying, no. If I throw 40 touchdowns and we're not winning, then I need to see what I can do to get the defense to see what I see. What I see from other defenses, why I attack other defenses. Tom Brady is helping the defense get better, helping the personnel departments get better. All of that goes into everything when you're talking about being an elite quarterback in this game, bro. All of that, bro. The days of glorifying guys for just statistical achievements are done. Them days done. I don't know if y'all don't see that. Them days done. This is where we at right now, y'all. This is where we at right now. Master, thank you for the super chat. LB was good. Sid need to control his chaos. Keely might be cooked. QB1 gets 4K this year and goes back to back. Appreciate you, bro. Keep grinding. You already know. I appreciate you, Master, man. You've been rocking me for a long time. But this is where we at right now. We are now in the point of times where fan bases and fans are now using artificial intelligence to make their dreams come true. This ain't AI. This hat is not AI. I did not make this hat from this. What you see right here is not built from a computer generated program. The picture you see next to me is a picture built from artificial intelligence of Micah Parsons signing a contract extension. It's pathetic enough that Dallas Cowboys fans have to make AI pictures of Dak holding the Lombardi. He'll never hold that in real life. Now they have to imagine players getting signed. That's not our life. That's not our life. That's not our lives as Philadelphia Eagles fans. It's not our lives. It's not our lives. And I like what Tom Brady is doing, man. Tom Brady is explaining to you why winning is a quarterback stat. Winning is a quarterback stat. There's no way around it. All the great quarterbacks were judged because they won. There's a few exceptions who are great within their own right because they've done things the game has never seen, like Marino. I think he was the first guy to do 5,000 yards or something like that. They've done things the game hasn't seen before. So they're always going to be depicted as great. But the greats are remembered long-term, long time. The greats are remembered long-term, long time for winning championships. Winning championships. The greats' names are stamped from winning championships. And to be a great is far beyond your physical attributes. This is what Tom Brady is saying. The great ones do the things that Jalen Hurts is doing. Trying to get better. Calling Peyton Manning on the phone relentlessly. Seeking knowledge. They laughed at Jalen Hurts when he called the Giants defensive coordinator and was asking, like, why do you guys play me like that? When he seeks knowledge from guys. He wants to be great. A lot of these other guys want to throw 40 touchdowns and don't make the playoffs and say, I did my job, get me some more help. while demanding more money because of their statistical achievements. Gone are the days where you could get by being great in the regular season. Because in the playoffs, you got to use what's between your ears, man. And Tom Brady is trying to get the game back to its proper perspective. And next time Jalen Hurts put it there, leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Cool Eagle, thank you for the super chat. That's why players are going to have a hard time getting paid if they ain't about sacks and touchdowns. Can you win? Return on investment and the owner investment. For real, can you win? That's what it's going to boil down to. If Jalen Hurts repeat, I think it messes up the quarterback market for these guys. Trevor Lawrence got a bag for existing. Herbert got a bag for existing. Jordan Love got a bag for existing. These guys ain't never played no championship game. They just got bags. Herbert never won a playoff game, bro. A playoff game. Lamar bag is deserving. 2-time MVP. Dak Prescott got a bag. Dak Prescott got several bags for existing. Kirk Cousins bags for existing. Bags for existing. Man, bags need to be given out to quarterbacks that get the job done, man. That get the job done. You know what I'm saying? That get the job done. The NFL top 100 keeps chugging along, though. The top 100 keeps chugging along. They released 2 more today, 35 and 36. Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb was 35 and 36. Let me see if it's up here somewhere. You know what I mean? And let's let's talk about
wanted to talk and
Jalen Hurts talks a little bit about.
I keep the conversation intimate.
And that's what I like about Shador. Shador is a seeker of knowledge. Let's listen.
Yeah, I keep the conversation intimate. We had a very lengthy conversation. He came to me and just wanted to talk, and I'm always there, as said earlier, of giving my perspective on what I see and how I've gone about things. And ultimately, it takes a great deal of patience and hard work and a sense of resilience. You got to want it. You got to want it. And so I'm supporting him from where I am and wishing him nothing but the best with his opportunities. Yeah, I keep the conversation intimate. We had a very lengthy conversation. Man. He came to me and just wanted to talk. And
this man just turned 27.
There, as said earlier, of
why nobody running to
on what I see and how I've gone about things. And ultimately, it takes a great deal of patience and hard work. And
y'all don't hear me, though, the type of leader that we got in the building. This man just turned 27. Why is nobody running to Dak Prescott for advice? He 30.
A sense of resilience.
Why is nobody running to Joe Burrow for advice? Why is nobody running to Herbert for advice? Why is nobody running to all of these guys that everybody is slating over there? Why Jalen Hurts' name ain't been called yet on the top 100? I'm pretty sure it's coming. Jalen Hurts' name ain't been called yet on the top 100. I'm pretty sure it's coming. Jalen Hurts might be inside the top 20, and a lot of people are going to be sick. Inside the top 20 with 2,900 passing yards. People going to be sick about it. Why nobody running else? Why nobody running to these other guys for advice? Come on, man. You want to know why? Because Jalen can relate. You can't give advice. You know what I'm saying? From a position, you know what I mean? You can't give advice from a position of being privileged. Why do you think Tom Brady talked the way he talked? He was a 6th-round pick, turned into the GOAT. Jalen Hurts was doubted, going left for dead, stiff and rotten. Why? Why do you think certain people are running to certain people for advice? Why? CeeDee Lamb, number 35 on the top 100. Michael Parsons, number 36 on the top 100. But Dallas Cowboys fans think that's too low. And this is what we be talking about, bruh. Cowboys fans think that's too low. Let me check with Law Nation. Cowboys fans think that that's too low. I seen Law put something up there about it. Here we go. They all in shambles. The 33rd team, they quoted Michael Parsons has the highest pressure rate of any pass rusher in the league over the last 3 seasons. They put it over top of him being 36. They start naming his attributes, naming all of his attributes. Naming all of his attributes. Now, Law don't like that CeeDee Lamb 35. He said, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Cowboys, Michael Parsons ranked 36. Yeah, this list is a joke. Now the list is a joke when the rankings don't be where they want the rankings to be at. The list is always a joke. This is what Tom Brady is talking about. This is exactly what Tom Brady is talking about right here in a nutshell. This is what Tom Brady is talking about. You can't expect. Now, the list is voted for by players. Let's not get this confused. The top 100 is voted for by players. I respect what the players think. I respect what the players think wholeheartedly because they play the game. I respect what the players think about the other players. They play the game. At what point do you stop ranking guys high who don't get the job done when it's time to get the job done? Now, understand, Lamb is a skilled player. Mike is an edge rusher. We're not talking about a quarterback here. But Lamb didn't have one of his best years last year. Dak was out of the fold. Lamb still had 1,100 receiving yards. I think he only had 6 touchdowns. There are 36 people better than CeeDee Lamb last year. There were 36 people better than CeeDee Lamb last year. There was 36 people better than Michael Parsons last year. Those are the facts. Those are the facts. The players are talking. Y'all want the players to be rewarding people. Wasn't Jamar Chase like in the 40s when Joe Burrow got hurt? Y'all want the players to reward people for not winning. When it's winners who've had great seasons who have to go in front of Michael Parsons and CeeDee Lamb. Like A.J. Brown has to be in front of him. I ain't hear Smitty name called. I'll be surprised if Smitty is in the top 30 somewhere. I would love for Smitty to make this list as well. I would love it. But you got St. Browns, Justin Jefferson. You got guys who are deserving of being in front of Lamb. So all of the excuses and all of the crybabyism, we can't keep giving away. Everybody want to stat us to death about why they think that why everybody want to stat us to death. The stats don't work, bro. The stats don't work, man. The stats don't work, man. I want to put these dudes out their misery week 1, man. Y'all have no idea, man. Y'all have no idea how bad I want to put these guys out their misery week 1. I just want to get it over with, man, week 1. These guys got to be put out their misery. They got to be put out their misery. They've done nothing but run amok and run their mouths. They got to be put out their misery, man. You know what I mean? They got to be put out their misery. The fan base is in complete shambles. In complete shambles. They can't be taken seriously. They don't know which way is up. You know what I mean? I'm going back and forth with a guy on the internet who's happy that the Cowboys are worth. Let me show you. I'm gonna pull it up. Man. The guy's happy that the Cowboys are the most expensive franchise. Then he puts under his picture, well, where's the Eagles? Like, what? Where's the Eagles? What do you mean, where's the Eagles? Like, you happy that y'all worth $12 million? You happy that y'all worth $12 million? You're happy that y'all worth $12 million. That just means you are a perpetual slave. You're a slave. You're a slave. All that shows is that Jerry Jones, here it go right here, the stupid graphic he tried to put on. All that shows is Jerry Jones has made money off your misery for the last 30 years. You happy that the Cowboys are worth $12 billion? And that just proves that having money ain't everything. Your life as a fan is trash. You're looking, they brag about anything, man, over there, man. We worth $12.8 million. So what? You ain't win a Super Bowl since who was in office? Bill Clinton. You ain't win a Super Bowl since Bill Clinton was the president. Since AI played at Georgetown. You ain't win a Super Bowl since AI played at Georgetown. And you happy that y'all consistently go buy the tickets. Y'all consistently are just slaves to Jerry Jones, bro. Y'all gonna support whatever because Jerry Jones has built y'all up to say, I'm gonna ride and die with my team, and I know we're gonna be ass. He built y'all up to say it. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. I just ask for sensible Cowboys talk. I just ask for sensible Cowboys talk. And this guy right here, we about to run for 275. I don't care what the passing game look like. Right now, the passing game gonna get it together. Jalen always writes the shit. They can't stop the run. September 4th is gonna be bad, bruh. They can't stop the run. La Wallace Pratt, thank you for the super chat. Let me get your name. La Wallace Pratt, thank you for the super chat. My guy LB was looking for you on the link up. Fly Goes Fly. CB2 is a big issue, but I agree. I'm not worried right now. And Vic, we trust. We ain't got no choice, bro. I don't like no help coming on the way. I got to put my faith in Jaquari and Bennett because I've seen it. I've seen Jaquari and Bennett go out there and make things shake. I've seen it. I haven't seen Keely Ringo do it. So I'm going to just chalk whatever Jaquari and Bennett got going on up to a learning curve. And I apologize for not being on the link up yesterday, man. My bad, y'all. I apologize for sure. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day gonna end. And it's gonna end with the Eagles win. You know what I'm saying? I expect Jalen Hurts, 3-time Pro Bowl wide receiver, has drawn interest from several teams and plans to play in 2025. I thought Odell retired. I honestly thought Odell retired, but apparently not. Apparently not. But I do, to keep it 100, I do want to see a better performance in training camp from the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not going to act like I don't. I want to see a better joint practice performance for sure. You know what I mean? But Jalen started slow, but then, he threw 2 touchdowns. He threw one to Smitty, and then he threw one to our RB2, Dillon, A.J. Dillon. I think A.J. Dillon's hands are going to be used quite a bit in the passing game. But it's a lot. It's a lot that could be taken from, how we're going to use these guys. But, I'm not really worried, to be honest, about I'm not really worried about the training camp or the lack thereof. I'm not worried about it, man. I think that you need veteran presence still in certain areas. I don't care if it's cornerback or safety at this point, but those are the 2 areas that I want to see a veteran presence, be brought into the building at. Other than that, I think we still got one of the best rosters in the league. We still got the best offensive line in the league. Whether Landon Dickerson going to be ready week 1 or not, I think we still going to be able to get off on the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be a challenging year, man. Everybody going to be trying to, take it to us. And we got to be ready, man, at all times to be able to defend ourselves, man. It just simply put, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. I'm glad nobody was hurt today. You know what I mean? I'm glad that the guys that got reps needed to get the reps. We finally get a healthy Sidney Brown, and a healthy Sidney Brown could really, really work for this defense. It could really, really work for this defense. I'm not going to open the file for Jaquari and Bennett just yet because at the end of the day, it was his first practice, I think. No, it wasn't his first practice. He didn't really get acclimated yet. He just got here. I think he had 1 practice under his belt. And then he got thrown into a joint practice. He got thrown into the fire. I believe he's definitely going to make the roster, but he got to process where he got to process the playbook. He got things he still got to do. But I ain't heard nothing bad about Adoree Jackson. I heard Dory Jackson had some nice breakups and stuff like that. I heard Dory Jackson had a day, but Jaquarian Bennett struggling a little bit. Yeah, ain't that to be expected a little bit? He just got here. It's not like he didn't get a hand. He had a pass breakup though on Jerry Jeudy. So we know some of it is there. It's there. The ability is there. The wherewithal is there. So we're not going to, he wasn't getting done like Keely against Chase. Like Keely looked like he forgot how to play football. I'm cool with practice growing pains. I'm cool with that, bro. Mind you, Keely foul was just open because I was hearing he was getting smoked in practice. But then when you see it against a top tier wide receiver, you know that you need to make something happen. You know you need to make something happen. But I digress, man. We gonna see, man. We gonna see. Gilmore and Simmons vet presence is needed right now. I think it's needed. I think a veteran presence is needed. I'm surprised that Simmons still hasn't gotten a phone call. The season starting less than a month. Man. I think is Simmons looking for and the safety position took a massive hit, man. He got to be willing to accept a little less cut. He got to be willing to accept a little less cut, man. A little less cut. But dumb problems are for the front office to make. If they want to come out here with this roster and not try to put their chips in the table for a repeat and try to play it safe with what we got, then I think the tools are still in the building. I honestly think the tools are still in the building, if that's the way you want to go about it. You know what I mean? But I thought that we were going to be able to expose the Browns, especially their offense. I thought the defense had a great day. We didn't allow any touchdowns and 11-on-11s. But when you're playing 7-on-7s and 1-on-1s, bro, first we got to understand what's really a touchdown and what's really not a touchdown, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know how easy it is to be beat on a 1-on-1 in practice? A 7-on-7 in practice? The players that's missing are usually the guys that's rushing. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Tomorrow's a new day. We're going to report on it the same way we're reporting on it right now. We're going to bring you whatever you got. We're going to bring it to you how we see it from our standpoint. But I'm anxious to see how this one unfolds, man. But yeah, man, thank y'all, man. Subscribe, like, all of that stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. I'm on 2 channels right now. About to end the stream. You know what I mean? And if anything come up tonight, I'll be right back here tonight. You know the vibes.
Niggas rather be more famous than rich. I ain't never lived my life trying to be famous at all. I don't give a fuck about that shit. We trying to get this motherfucking money, stack these coins.
I love to run the streets with the gang. Don't make me put them sheets on your gang. I love to fuck these freaks with the gang.
Shout out to EJ for this moment.
Yeah. Say my name when I ain't round, I bet them hoes will cherish it. You buying sections, we just buy the building. You can't mirror this, I feel like Stedman. Got a richer bitch, we kiss and make a wish. I feel like stepping, locking with a pit. You gon' regret this shit, I feel like effing. I'ma take your bitch, she on my bucket list. We just do it, sip expensive fluid. This ain't just music, this your warning. Put the pause on me, it's gonna be several viewings. Dumping ash in empty spades bottles, that shit therapeutic. Money rash, flicking through the prezzies like this history class. Green Dow Rolly came from Krypton, I'm Lex Luthor. Oh, you think you Superman? These wolves are 3-piece suture. Read about the ways you got fucked like a Kama Sutra. Never stuck inside my ways, cause I know that karma's mutual. Forgot the bitch name, so I just say, hey, beautiful.